me telling myself when I was a freshman in high school, this is me, this is what I gotta do, just kind of got embedded within me and made me who I am, to where like my brain's like, oh, it's night, this is when we're the most proactive or the most productive, and this is when we get things done.
But I've heard that creative people they tend to be night owls. I have rushed my mornings more than I've had an ideal morning routine.
That's what I always think of when you're staying up late, and I'm like, I love this time with you, but I'd rather you not shape years off your life if you can help it.
Okay, well, welcome back to Off the Clock Talk. This podcast is one that we don't have anything really that we talk about specifically, just kind of whatever. Today is going to be good. We're talking about morning versus night people, night owls versus morning people. I'm the morning person.
I am far from a morning person.
You are the night owl. I am the morning person. I'm not really like a natural morning person. I kind of have to like force myself to be. But you are naturally a night owl, right? Or did you force yourself to be a night owl?
I want to say that was both. I like remember the night I became a night owl, or the night I feel like I was like, oh my gosh, I told myself I'm a night owl. This is going to be me. And it was in high school. Yeah, freshman year. Mainly because I had homework to do. So yeah, I would stay up and do homework, and I started drinking coffee then too. So I would just be like, all right, this is my life. This is who I am. I stay up late. And since then, I don't think I've broken it. No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you stay up late for fun, which may not be good all the time.
So school trained you to be a night owl.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, when we first met, you were one to stay up late too. What transitioned you into a morning person? I think I know. But
Well, I had a night job for one. That was why I was probably a night owl. But before that, I had a schedule that was super great. It was like I went to bed at like 9 or 10 p.m. and I woke up at 6 a.m. and it was like ideal. I loved that. But then I started working a night job from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And so like once I got out of that, then we would have like our nightly FaceTimes, and I would stay up pretty late till like 2 in the morning. But I also didn't have a reason to get up early. I was just like, well, I guess I'll sleep until like 2. But I didn't like doing that either, because I felt like it just kind of wasted my whole day. And working a job that's more in the evening, I would wake up at like 2 and I'm like, oh, great. I only have a few hours of my day to actually do things.
Right. We can definitely talk about that, because I feel that.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I think that, I mean, we were in high school. We didn't have much responsibility. Worked part-time. That was that was like your second job, right?
Yes. Technically my first actual consistent job, but
Okay.
yeah, it was like really my second or third.
My job at that time was my first job. And it was in the evenings too, like towards the end of the day. So yeah. But then you transitioned into a morning person from
Yes.
schedule.
I don't know if I'm like a natural morning person. I kind of force myself to be. If there are things that I want to get done, and it just has to happen in the morning. But regardless of that, if I could just get my sleep schedule on track, I think I would be a morning person. Like a full blown, I love mornings. I love being able to wake up and have a slow ease into the day. Mm-hmm. But waking up at 6 is like the only way to do that. But the con, I have to go to bed at a certain point. I can't just be up and just stay up. I have to like go to bed at I have to be in bed by like 11 o'clock if I want to get a good amount of sleep. But that's where you are thriving. That's when you like start things.
I don't know if I necessarily start things at 11 at night. That's, I think, that's like maybe recently when my drive to do things, get things done, is still flowing. I'd say now recently that I haven't been a student, it's been winding down to around like midnight. But if I become a student again, it's going to be picking back up, and then probably won't wind down until, I don't know, 3 in the morning, my drive to do things. And so, yeah, I would say for me, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. Yeah, in the sense that I don't know what it is. I think it's just, yeah, that me telling myself when I was a freshman in high school, this is me, this is what I gotta do, just kind of got embedded within me and made me who I am, to where like my brain's like, oh, it's night. This is when we're the most proactive or the most productive, and this is when we get things done. So I don't know. It's just kind of like I'm having to rearrange my mindset. But now if I go back to school, it's going to be back to like, oh, this is when we're productive now, is during the night. So it may be another year or two, and then my mindset will be switched, because we'll get into maybe talking about what we like and don't like about it, but a preview into what we don't like about being a night owl or a morning person. For me as a night owl is I don't like that. Yeah, I sometimes wake up feeling groggy, which I know the reason why. It's because I stayed up late. But it's just like, it's just hard for me personally to transition from being so used to that and then having to wake up and then having to like, deal with the fact that I did what I was used to. But it's just it's a cycle that I'm in. It has its effects on me, and I realize. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. I guess sometimes I feel kind of lonely when I'm up by myself, which is why I like to watch a movie also. It just makes me feel comforted watching a movie late at night. But I know that leads into what you don't like, is you don't like going to bed early and leaving me watching a movie by myself. I'm going to maybe change, but maybe not right now.
That's going to be hard. What if, like, because you're such, like, you like to, I think there's actually, like, statistics into this. I could look into it and see. But I've heard that creative people they tend to be night owls, which is kind of why I'm, like, an outlier, because I'm a morning person and I love to have mornings. But I also get my best ideas at night when I'm in the shower and about to go to bed. That's when my creativity will sometimes just come out.
Right.
But I have to train myself to just be like, try to bookmark it or like write it down or something, because I need to go to sleep. I can't just stay up. Sometimes I do, but that's at the detriment of my own health. So maybe every now and then it might be okay if I have like a brilliant $1 million idea, or if it's something simple. If I just wait, if I'm like, oh, that's a good podcast idea, it takes 2 seconds to write that down. But if it's like something for work where I'm like, I have a deadline tomorrow morning and I need to get this done, I need to stay up late in order to do it. As long as I'm not doing that all the time, I'll be okay. But that's also being forced to. That's not like you want to. So I think I just write things down and try to like bookmark it, because my brain is a really good place for having ideas, but not keeping them. So I have to write it down. I heard that somewhere, I think I saw on Instagram, that like people that are night owls tend to be smarter too.
I saw that recently too. I don't know.
You don't know if that's true?
I don't know if that's true.
But that's a benefit of being a night owl, is whenever like you need to just get things done and it's like 2:00 in the morning, it's like, oh, well, and it's kind of cool whenever you're like, everybody else is asleep.
Right.
It's kind of a nice feeling. You feel like you're kind of like, it is that loneliness feeling that you talked about, but it's the good side to that, where it's like you feel productive. No one's going to be texting you or calling you or bothering you or anything like that.
I know. Well, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm one to always be on my phone. So when I feel like no notifications, like you said, are coming through, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put that away and I can just focus on what I'm doing right now, which is actually valuing the present more. So maybe based on our last episode with New Year's resolutions, me valuing the present is when I'm a night owl.
Yeah. So whenever I'm asleep, you just sit there and just enjoy it, take it in.
So you feel like if you really set the time aside for yourself in the morning, really, because you said you like to ease into your morning, you feel that if you regularly just continue that just by your own choosing, you would eventually consider yourself a morning person if you don't already?
Yeah, because it kind of gives you like that peace. It's like whenever I would go into work extra early, I would try to debate with myself, like, what's more beneficial, staying late past when everybody else is gone, or I could come in way early before everybody even gets there and get ahead. I prefer that feeling. I like knowing that I'm getting ahead before my day even starts, rather than staying late. So like just getting up and doing the hardest thing that you need to do first. And sometimes I won't even like go to the gym. I'm like, so there's a big project I need to work on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start on it. So that way, by the time I'm actually supposed to be considered like clocked in, I'm ahead. I'm already done.
Yeah, I've heard that mindset before from others who really enjoy doing that, getting their day started really before their day even starts. And I admire that. I think that if you get up and just go straight into it, and then the day is just getting started and you've already accomplished so much. That's a win in my book. So I see why you are drawn towards that.
So what do you think about, I'll speak into the morning side of it, but what do you think about routines, like a nightly routine?
Routines, you say?
Yeah, because there's like the part of the reason why I love mornings is because I obsess over morning routines and having that be like very structured and like there's a plan and everything kind of has a reason. But as the night owl, do you have a nightly routine?
Well, yeah, I do have a night routine that I specifically like to have at night, and that's a big part of that is showering. Like I am a night shower type of person. I like to first of all get clean and like be clean before I get into my bed. And then I also like to decompress in the shower just from my day. And there's just something about being in the shower and just, I don't know, having that hot steam, hot water. It's like a sauna, my little sauna time, I guess. So yeah, my night routine definitely involves a shower, hands down. And then I am one to just always wash my face at night. I feel like that's also good. It's very, just hygienic, but it also is just like therapeutic to me, washing my face. And then I'll, I don't know, jump into my skin care routine after that with my moisturizer. Brushing my teeth is probably my least favorite part of my night routine. I don't know why. It's just, I asked you this a while ago. Like, what is it about brushing your teeth that just makes you not want to do it? And I think you had said it's just you're just standing there, just inactive, but you're just, doing one thing.
Yeah, absolutely that. I like to more now that I have an electric toothbrush because it's like it feels better whenever you're done with it. You just feel like your teeth are cleaner. Mm-hmm. But yeah, whenever you have like a regular manual toothbrush, you're just kind of standing there, just brushing your teeth. And if you do it the way doctors tell you, it's at least 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that to me, I'm like, okay, are we done yet? Like, it's been so long. I don't know why. Brushing my teeth to me is just like, I don't know.
It needs to be done, but I'll try to multitask if I can. Like I'll be brushing my teeth or like make coffee at the same time or something, like walk in here and start doing something else. But yeah, like at night, that's a good feeling. It's for me, like I like to have brushing my teeth as like one of the last things I do. But for you, a shower is, you like that to be the last thing. That is you basically telling the world I'm done today.
Yeah, that to me tells my body like, okay, we're done. We're not gonna go anywhere else, and we're just gonna go sleep. So yeah, I guess that really sums up my night routine.
Morning routines. There's a lot of YouTube videos that I watch that are just like how to have an ideal morning routine. They're a lot of fun to watch. Like I like seeing like what other people's morning routines are. With me being in like the creative field, I like to see like what like freelancers' morning routines are, and a lot of them are actually like I'll start their day at like 10 o'clock because they're night owls and they just get more done at night.
So I was gonna ask you, what would you say your morning routine is?
If I could get out of bed at 6 or 6:30 at the latest, that'll allow me. The first thing I do is drink water, and then I'll get up, brush my teeth, make coffee, get a good breakfast. If I'm not in a rush to do all that, I feel really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like to definitely take my time, do my routines when I'm not rushed, because chances are I'm gonna forget something, do something wrong. Like just being rushed in general is never a good idea.
Yeah, it's no fun. And I've definitely rushed a lot. Probably I have rushed my mornings more than I've had an ideal morning routine. But right after I'm done brushing my teeth, I'll ideally go to the gym. If I'm not going to the gym that day, then I'll probably just get straight into work. Or give myself actual time to just mindlessly watch YouTube videos that I want to watch or listen to a podcast or something. Slowly start my day into it, because then by the time I actually start working, my brain is it's already been going a little bit. It's not like, oh, I'm awake now, open the laptop and immediately start.
Right. Kind of, you ease yourself into the day.
Yeah.
I think that's what I do as a night owl. I ease myself out of the day.
Because I talked about the pros of a morning, but the con is having to go to bed.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
That stinks, because there have definitely been times we start a movie at 11 o'clock at night.
Last night.
Yeah, last night. Well, we were finished Polar Express, but we were also watching But also, that's a different thing because it was Friday. We didn't have to get up the next day.
I was gonna say it's the weekend, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Some weekdays I think I'm staying up, and then you're like, okay, I'll join you.
Being a morning person, you get tired earlier. So I'm starting to get sleepy at like 10:30. And so if it's time for me to go to sleep, then I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to go straight to bed. Basically eliminating a nightly routine. Just bed.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think that getting tired earlier is, I don't know. I feel nervous getting tired earlier, looking at it from a night owl perspective, because I feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I didn't get everything done that I wanted to in the morning, and then I'm already tired at night, but I still have things to do, and I'm just like, in this conflicting situation where I'm like, I need to sleep, I'm tired, but I have things to do still, and I think that's why I'm like, part of the reason why I favor being a night owl is because, like, in case I didn't get things done, I would just get it done throughout the night, and if I pull an all-nighter, oh gosh, but at least I get things done, so.
Yeah, I could see how that could be like a fear. The morning person version of that is if, like the other day, my alarm, my first one goes off at 5:50, and I know that on a regular basis, the next one will go off at night at 5:55, and then 6, and then 6:05, and then 6:10, all the way up until 9 o'clock.
So yeah, you have multiple alarms set.
Except for this one morning. I saw that my first alarm was set for 5:50, and I was like, okay, it's gonna go off at 5:50. I'm good. But the next one went off at 7:15,
Oh yeah.
and that was too late for me to go to the gym or anything. So as soon as like my first alarm went off, I was like, okay, I got like 5 minutes. As long as I'm out of bed at like 6:15, I'm good. Went back to sleep, and then I woke up again at 7:15, and I was like, oh, it's already too late. And I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Like that. Now that whole routine that I had of being a morning person,
Out the window.
gone.
See, yeah. I know for sure I will start working out eventually. Once I do, I'm not going to be
At 6 in the morning?
morning. No, I'm not going to be a morning person when it comes to working out. I will probably be one of those who goes like in the night or in the evening. But yeah, no. I definitely have multiple alarms similar to you. And similar to you, I will snooze some of those. Get up at the last possible second. But
You
yeah.
just snooze it all the way up until your morning routine is also just obliterated.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have enough time still to get ready, but I guess I would say I get ready, but I don't take my time as much as I would at night. So I don't know. I'm also just sleepy, which was a con I had for being a night owl. Is you're just sleepy in the morning. So it's not. I guess it's not the best thing ever, but it's nice to me to have that time in the night. It's like you win some, but you lose some from being a night owl, and maybe like that's basically what we're saying with both perspectives. You win some and then you lose some.
Yeah, you have to pick your battle.
Right.
Like, I would rather be able to get up in the morning, but having to go to bed whenever you're still watching a movie that I'm also interested in, I just have to be like, well, too bad, gotta sleep. Like, that's so lame.
Right.
I'm like, no, dude. Like, come on. I want to stay up.
I'm sad that it's not lame. It's appropriate. I think it's good. I mean, it's also, isn't it healthier to go to bed early?
I think it's healthy. I think it's more so like just having like a good sleep schedule. So it's like if you have like a night job where you start your day at like 2 o'clock in the morning, then as long as you get like a good anywhere between 6 to 9 hours of sleep somewhere in there, like whatever is good for people. Like I could operate on 6 hours of sleep fine. Well, I mean, I could operate on 5. I could operate on 4, but
How you do that?
only for one time though. Like if I'm waking up at 4, like with only 4 hours of sleep consistently each day, I'm gonna become more and more miserable. But like recently, I had like 3 hours of sleep, and I was a machine the next day until I wasn't. I crashed.
And then you got
And I got sick.
Yeah.
But if I consistently get at least 6.5 to 7, that's my sweet spot. If I get more than that, like if I get 8, which is like what's recommended, I feel really sleepy. If I get too much sleep, I might as well have gotten no sleep.
And that brings me to the conversation that we had with Allison about how women actually need more sleep than men, which is
Yeah.
something that I recently learned.
Yeah. So imagine if you get a job where you have to get up in the morning. What are you going to do then?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to have to shift myself from the student life, which I'm about to probably re-enter. I'm going to become a student, go and stay within my night owl life, But once I'm done with that, go back to or change myself and revert to a morning person. I will probably still have the same night routine, but I will try to maybe incorporate similar aspects of your morning routine into what I do in the morning and get up with enough time to process the fact that, hey, I'm about to go into a full day of things to do. I like having that time to myself to just ease in whatever way. So I feel like I would be one to get up and early enough to ease into the day, but it would be hard. But you know what is also a factor in this? Bed is just so comfortable and
It used to
so
not be.
hard. It used to not be. Our bed used to be like a brick.
But the good thing about having a bed that's just concrete is it's easy to get out of it in the morning.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You had said that. Like one of the first things you said when we got our new mattress was it's going to be harder to get up in the morning. And I do see what you mean. It's definitely, you feel like you're more, like I feel like we're in a cloud. And it's hard to get out of a cloud.
Yeah.
Out into the world, I want to stay in my cloud.
I have to tell myself, like, when you wake up in the morning, all that motivation to get up is gone because you're just in the bed and you're like, all that stuff I said last night about
Right.
getting up and going to the gym, that doesn't matter. What matters is this snuggle right here.
That's a really good point to make because I know myself. I know that when I wake up, I'm going to be like, nah. And so that's why I'm like, get things done at the night because you're going to wake up and not want to do them.
But you have to remind yourself, like, you have to, like, force yourself to tap into that motivation that you said. I was doing that today whenever I was going to the gym because I really wanted to stay home. Like, you were just in bed watching your Christmas movie, and I was like, I really want to just stay home with you. But I was like, no, remember what I was saying? I need to go regardless. Because if the only way to get better is just to do it, I have to sacrifice time. I have to go to bed early. But whenever you're in that moment, it's really easy to be like, oh, but if it's just tonight, it's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
Or in the morning, it's like, oh, I could skip, doing this today, going to the gym this morning. But then it's like, I might not be able to go tomorrow morning. So it's like, this might be the only time I get to go. So I have to tap into that, like, remember what you were saying before. And it's hard to do that because the trick for me is like literally just start moving, just move.
Yeah.
Don't think about how comfortable the bed is. Just be like, just get up, stand up.
I read somewhere that as long as you wake up within the 5 minutes that you first initially are awake, and as long as you get up, that will start your day and that will get you going.
That and drinking water.
Yeah.
I've heard also kind of wakes you up too.
I was gonna say,
But I drink water because I'm thirsty in the morning. I wake up like, and drink as much water as possible.
I can actually hear your gulps sometimes.
Yeah, I drink water hard.
They can get quite loud. That's a good mindset to have though. Just first thing, drink water and then try and get up if you gotta get up.
It's the hardest thing ever though. Shouldn't whisper, you couldn't hear, but it is super hard to do.
Yeah, it could be hard. I know that for me, it's hard when things just aren't, lining up. Especially like in the morning for me, it's the worst. Things aren't lining up and I'm like, why am I even trying? I could just be back in bed. But yeah, I think that if you still get out there, that's a W for the day.
I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I went. It is hard and I don't think it's going to get any easier. I think I might just get better at doing it.
Right. Yeah, it takes a couple trials to get something down.
Yeah. Did we cover everything? Do you have more on what you want to say about being a night owl? Because I'm sleepy. I might go to bed after this.
I'm going to go finish a movie or something. But I guess we can discuss what it's like to be opposites, but also be within the same household and what that's like for each other, like what we do individually.
Because we're married, so we spend all the time that we can outside of work with each other. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to the hard part is you're a night owl. You want to stay up late and do these things. I want to stay up with you and be with you because I love that quality time. But if I want to get up early and do the things I want to do and have good sleep at the same time, I'm going to have to just sacrifice that time. If I keep it up where I'm getting 3 hours of sleep every single night, that's probably just going to shave my some years off my life. So it's I'm using that time to be with you now, but I won't be with you later.
Yeah, that's what I always think of when you're staying up late. And I'm like, I love this time with you, but I'd rather you not shave years off your life if you can help it.
Yeah, or even just getting sick, because I think whenever I do that, I'm a lot more a lot more likely to get sick. And wherever I'm sick, I'm like, well, what could I have done to not do that? Because I would rather not do that.
That's true. If you don't get the appropriate amount of sleep and staying up late, you could get sick. And yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so going to the gym, trying to eat healthy and do all that and get enough sleep, I think will ultimately just, it seems like a better alternative than just staying up late every single night.
Right. That's fair. I mean, you could look at it as a boundary for yourself. Like, even though you are my husband, I'm your wife, like, it's still okay to set a boundary of like, hey, I love you, but I need to go and go to bed, have this time to myself. Like, I think that's okay.
It's good to have a balance. It's just hard to strike it sometimes. But I think that's going to be it for this one. So we're going to wrap it up. Any last final thoughts?
I'm hungry now, so I'm going to go
We're going to go get food.
find food somewhere.
Find some food, and I'm going to sleep.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm going to go get food.
All right. Well, cut it.
And scene.